Hi besties, welcome back. Today we are making cake and I'm going to show you how to bake without the use of oven, without having wooden spatula. So if you don't have any of those at home, you can also watch this video till the end because you're going to learn a whole lot of things from this video. So first of all, I'm going to measure out my butter and I'm going to start by cutting the one I have because I will be needing just 200 grams of butter for this recipe. So I started by cutting in half the butter I have, and as you can see it was close to 200 but it's not yet in 200 grams. So I had to remove extra butter from it. So this procedure I'm going to show you is going to help you a lot in your homes. If you want to bake for your kids, you can always use this procedure. So as you can see, I still have to remove extra so it can get to the 200 I need, and as you can see, I've gotten the 200 grams of butter that I need for this recipe. So the next thing is to cover this one up and set it aside because I'm going to be making use of the one in the transparent nylon, which is this yellow one. So I'm going to transfer it into my, baking bowl, just like my kitchen bowl, and I'm going to also be making use of this wooden spatula, popularly known as tonengari in this part of the world where I am. So I'm going to add that into my bowl and I'm going to add in my sugar. So at this point, I'm going to show you the exact measurement of this particular recipe at the description box or at the comment section. I don't know where I'm going to be dropping it, but please look out for it because I'm definitely going to drop it for you for those that are interested in this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and cream it. This procedure is called creaming. You're going to cream it so that it gets very light in texture and very fluffy as well. So this is the process I use in making mine. I usually keep it in between my lap and I'm going to, spin it, hold one hand just the way I'm doing it actually. Yeah. I'm going to do it this way. This way is better, but when you are standing up and doing it, it's way tedious than you can imagine. This process is not really that simple, but if you practice it, it's going to, get easier with time. So I'm going to continue mixing it until I get a light and fluffy texture, just like this. At this point, it was getting better, and I just needed to, mix it further for some minutes. This process can take up to 15 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on how fast or slow you are. And let me tell you, it is painful, just like you're seeing me here. It is painful at the hand, like when your shoulders is going to hurt a little, not so much, anyways. So at this point, I've gotten the perfect consistency I want. Like you can see the way the butter is falling off from the spatula. That's what we want. So I will start by adding in my eggs one at a time. I just added one, and all I needed to do was to mix it into the butter. Okay. So after adding the one egg, after mixing it, sorry, you are going to add other ones one at a time. Don't mind my egg. My egg went ahead and falling all at once. You're going to see it shortly. But yeah, what you needed to do was to, add it one at a time. But the way they all entered at once is actually nothing. So yeah, this is what I was saying. Yeah. So you just have to, mix it thoroughly. That's just the main aim. Just mix it very well for it to enter, like incorporate into each other. After which we head over to, adding our dry ingredients. That's after turning this and is okay. So I'm going to, sieve all my dry ingredients because I don't want any particles, that are not needed to be in this cake. So I started with putting my flour and I'm going to start sieving it. I'm going to add flour, baking powder and baking soda and then my milk flavor. So I just finished adding my flour and I'm going to go ahead and add my my milk flavor. So this particular brand of milk flavor is just, is everywhere in the market. You can get it anywhere in the market, in any baking shop. So I use the sachet of it, and I'm also going to, sieve it because I don't want any particles to enter the cake. And this sieving method is also going to help the cake to come out fluffy. All right. So I'm also going to add my baking powder now, and also, you know, turn everything all at once. So this is what I'm doing here, and look at what it looks like. I'm going to just go ahead and mix, combine everything and mix it properly so that none of it will just clog one side. You just need to mix everything. And one good thing about, making cake with your hand, like turning your cake with your hand, is that it's actually very hard for you to overmix, and it's very easy for you to, feel that you've actually like touched everywhere, like mix everything very well. Unlike when you are making it with a machine, because your machine cannot actually tell where it has actually gone to or where it has not gone to, if you get what I mean. So here I just added my flavors. I added milk emulsion and I added vanilla flavor extract. Sorry, vanilla extract. So I just added the both of them now, and I mixed that into. So because it's still very thick, I added water to loosen up the batter a little bit. So you can add your water and loosen up your batter, sorry, a little bit, so it doesn't get so thick. Okay. So this is the consistency I'll be needing. And the next thing I'm going to add is my white vinegar. Yeah. I normally add white vinegar when I want to, when I want the cake to last for a longer time, because it helps with the preservation of the cake. It also helps in the texture of the cake. I like what it does to the texture of the cake. So if you've not been adding it, try it and tell me what it came out looking like. But please don't add so much. I add like a little bit, like equivalent of 1 tablespoon for this recipe. So I had to grease in my pan and added a little flour and then go around with it. So after that, I'm going to just clean up the mess and, add in my cake batter into my cake pan. So this is going to take us to the next step, which I'm going to show in this video, on how to bake without an oven, with a pot, and getting a perfect cake without burn and everything. So now I'm going to just use my, rubber spatula and, put my batter into my cake pan. So after, putting my butter into the cake pan, the next thing I'm going to do is to heat the pan on the table or wherever, so as to remove the air bubbles, air pores into the in the cake batter. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here, so that my cake comes out uniform, flat and everything. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and, prep my pot oven now. Yeah, so I'm going to be using this tabletop burner, and I'm going to place it beneath my pot. So first of all, I'm going to heat my gas, and I'm going to preheat it for 10 minutes and leave with, like, preheat it for 10 minutes before coming back to it to put in my cake. So after the 10 minutes, I'm going to put in my butter. I also sprinkle some salt beneath the cake, beneath the pot, so my cake doesn't get burnt. Then I covered it and baked for like 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, depending on when your cake is done. So I would advise you use a pot that has a tight cover, so it doesn't mess up with the temperature of your cake when breeze is entering into it. So at this point, my cake was almost done, just the top that is remaining. So I had to flip it so that the top gets to the bottom, and I'll bake it for extra 5 minutes. I don't know if you get, but then the top was underbaked, a little bit underbaked. So I had to bake it for extra 5 minutes after flipping it. The cake is definitely going to come out very nice and fluffy if you do it just the way I just showed you in this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, guys, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, follow my page for more recipes like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.